Hello, welcome to Direct Mail Monday, January 29th, 2018. Steve Sipress here. And for those of you that follow me every day, I know I got a few messages from people. Yesterday I said it was January 29th. It was only January 28th. Jumping the gun, time is flying while we're having fun and making money. And this is going to be a huge whopping year for small business owners for the first time in at least a decade, or probably more, probably close to 2 decades. We have an administration that's in favor of small business and not trying to crush us at every step of the way. Melissa's here. Robert is here. Great seeing you guys. And so start out, as always, with the Rhino of the Day, which is one of my favorites. It's very cool, detailed. It's hollow, so I don't know what it's technically made of, but it's some kind of plastic or something. But it's very cool, detailed, including the little tick bird up there on the Rhino by picking off the ticks on the Rhino, and it's got some detail on the bottom too. The only thing I don't see a lot of detail on is who made it or where it was made. Just has kind of a UPC code, and that's about it. But I like the detail of it. Very cool Rhino of the Day. So several times I have come on here to discuss the strange and seemingly never-ending saga of my AARP membership. So just to recap, I resisted joining the organization for years. They started marketing to me before I was 50, when that's the minimum age to join. So they were preparing me and getting me all ready and excited to join. Not that I was excited to join, of course, because I refused to join for several years until I was 50, I don't know what, maybe 53, 54, and I couldn't even resist anymore because I finally, paid attention to it. At first, I was just like, I refuse. I mean, it's now called AARP, AARP, but it used to be known as and it stood for the American Association of Retired People, or Retired Persons, or whatever it technically was called. And I'm like, 50 years old. 50, who's retired at 50 other than like a football player or a Marine or something? Like, come on. So I'm like, I'm not retired. I refuse to even look at joining the thing, whatever. Finally, I opened up one of the envelopes I saw was like 10 or 15 bucks to join, and I was like, oh, what the heck? 10 or 15 bucks. Boom. Then I did a little research to find out what the heck I just joined, and I found out that AARP is basically an insurance company. So this is really brilliant. They get a very small amount for a membership fee, because that just means they now market insurance to you over and over and over. We even did our car insurance. We switched to them for car insurance for a little while. Now we switched to a different one when we moved down here. But they're constantly bombarding me with offers for life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, this insurance, and all kinds of other things. Like, very smart to sell to members, to people who have already expressed enough trust in you, even to give 10 or 15 bucks. It's enough trust that now I was ready to possibly buy insurance. So for instance, and maybe they did send me solicitations to get insurance from them all the time before I was a member. I wasn't even a member. I totally would have disregarded them. I didn't even want to give them 10 bucks. But once I became a member, then I'm more likely to open up their mail, and now I'm getting their magazine, and I'm getting their emails, and I'm more likely to be open, which I was, to when this thing came about auto insurance, and ours was up for renewal or some whatever reason. I looked at it, and I was like, hey, I called, that's a good deal, and I actually bought insurance from them. So the thing works. Now, to jump ahead, my renewal, my membership was expiring. I don't know if I got it for 1, 2, 3, 5 years, whatever, but it was expiring at the end of 2017, about a month ago. And for months, they were starting to email me and send me direct mail to renew my membership. And so I was sharing some of those pieces here, some really good pieces, and real good direct mail campaign. One thing that fell really short is, as if you follow me, you know that I teach multi-step, multimedia campaigns. So multi-step was good. They send email and a direct mail piece and direct mail piece. That's multiple steps. And it's also multiple media using email and direct mail, but they left out the most powerful, or the second most powerful way of getting your message across to people, or your irresistible offer in front of your target who, if you're going to use the wow strategy completely. And that is the two best ways are in person or on the phone. And they ignored both of those. I did not expect someone to come knock on my door to try and get $10 out of me. That seems to be a losing proposition. And I guess they think a phone call is a losing proposition as well, because they just send email and the direct mail. But I would have to say that as much as it took them to send me 5 or 6 pieces of direct mail to get me to renew, and they'd send me emails, and knowing the value of a member to them, somebody that could buy heaps and heaps of insurance, after all, were older people. Their target who is an older person, more likely to be buying more health insurance, life insurance, come on now. And so they might have made at least a robocall, for crying out loud, although maybe I got those. I tend to ignore those, but I think I would have remembered one from them because I'm paying attention to everything they do. So here's the deal. I finally broke down and I renewed. As I shared with you, if you followed along, or you can go back on YouTube or on my blog at rhinodaily.com, and you can watch through several different Direct Mail Monday episodes where I shared what was going on with AARP and their emails and their direct mail coming to try and get me to renew for my $10 or $15. And I mentioned how I was going to refuse to renew just so I could get more pieces of them and get more of a marketing education, because I'm a big fan. And I have a big saying. I'm a big fan of education. I have a big saying. Those, again, that know me, you know I say lifetime learners are lifetime earners. You always want to be learning. And this is a fairly free education and marketing. I take a little time, but they're sending me the stuff. I'm not paying for it. And all I'm paying for it is something a lot more valuable than money, of course, my time. But that I'm educating myself into what they're doing, because it must be working, because AARP is a big organization bringing in a ton of money. So I said, I'm not going to renew until the last minute. And then I decided, if you watch one of my videos I made in December, I said, you know what, I'm not even going to renew at the last minute. I'm going to let it expire, and let's see what, if any, and the good news is they did, they continue to do to try and win me back after it's expired. So it's a bunch of lessons in here if you're paying attention. So renewal for a membership, even if it's a $10 membership on the front end, as it's called, the purchase they're making at the time, the value of retaining that member, that customer, that client, that patient, whatever they're called in your business, is likely to be worth many, many, many times more, whatever single transaction. So, for instance, I help a lot of business owners in all industries, but let's take dentists who send out, hey, it's 6 months, time for your 6-month appointment. How much would you invest to get that person to come in for the 6 months? Maybe there's not a lot of money in that one appointment, but the lifetime value over time of them, of their family, of any referrals they could give you, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So what would you happily invest to retain that client? Would you say that patient, would you send them one postcard for 50 cents and say, hey, 6 months, and if they don't come in, you go, oh, what's up with these people that don't pay attention? We tell them every 6 months, and they just don't. What would you do that, or just send emails that likely go to their junk mail, or they delete, or both, or whatever? Would you send 2 postcards? Would you make a phone call? Again, I don't expect you to go knock on their door, but for a local business person like a dentist, actually, that could be very cost effective. You could send one of your technicians out, and he or she could knock on 40 doors a day, and if not see the person in person, leave a little gift, a little door hanger with a gift in it, a reminder, something. I mean, again, you want to be thinking about the lifetime value, and you always want to be increasing the lifetime value of a customer like AARP has. It's not just the $10 a year. Their average value of a member likely in the thousands of dollars. So here's the deal. I did not renew before my membership expired, and then I let it expire, but then they said, hey, we want you back, and one of their offers was, we want you back, and here's a gift, some kind of a tote bag or something for a gift. And I was like, finally broke that. That's good enough. Here's the $10 or 12 or 50, whatever it was. Here's the problem. After I renewed, I got conflicting messages. They did not do a great job of organizing where I was in their system. So I got, and I still do, I get emails and I get direct mail pieces saying, hey, we want you back. And I get others confirming, thanks for the renewal at the same time. So for instance, I get this one here, AARP membership expiration. This just arrived in the mail, and almost a few days apart is my gift for renewing. So which is it, AARP? Do I have a membership expiration? Just to prove, I'll show you the date on this thing. It ought to be pretty. Here's the membership renewal. Oh, they don't put a date on it. It's a clearly a tremendously bulk mailing thing. But they're like, hey, we want you to renew. Oh, I could look at the, now it's even a bulk mailing. But trust me, this thing just arrived. I keep getting emails saying, please renew. And so they want me to renew, and yet they send me this gift, which I was like, I remember it was some kind of tote bag that goes in the trunk of your car. Let's open this thing up and see what we got. All right. What do we have? Look at that. They are branding themselves so that every time I open the trunk, I guess, I would remember them. Oh, and there it is. How about that? Kind of cool. A little fold-out trunk organizer thing. Which way do I move it to get it on the camera? So there it is. It's, you know, not it's not the cheapest thing in the world. It's not the most expensive thing in the world, but kind of nice. I mean, who knows? For the $10 alone, it's a pretty good deal. Whatever it costs them to make that and get that, $1 or $2, and the postage, a few bucks. And doesn't say how much on it, but a few bucks for the postage and a few bucks for the thing. And like I only gave them 10 or 12 bucks. Oh, here's the thing. It's 1 year $16, 5 years $63, and 3 years $43. So I don't remember how long I renewed for. Probably a year, knowing me, just so I can go through all this again a year from now and share it with you and see what their campaign is to renew me again. Now, I got this one from the AARP Foundation, whatever that is, kind of along with the gift. Although, isn't that strange? Wait a minute. Here's a lesson. Oh, it does. I was like, nothing in with the gift? Yeah. Enjoy your free gift with many thanks. And then very smart to show me all some of the benefits of membership on the back. I can get publications, discounts, insurance, travel, blah, 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 blah. I got that call. I have to call that person back. Didn't think I was going to be on this long, but I spent a lot of time with the recap. But here is a, oh, there it is, my annual. So come on now, this is amount requested, $12 pending. $12 pending for my annual gift notice. Now, I don't know if that, does that my annual gift notice, is that different from my renewal, for my membership? I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'd have to read the letter with it. Saying, can you support the foundation? Yes, so this is, it looks like it's in addition to my membership. So they're acknowledging that I'm a member, so now they're soliciting more money from me. They're sending me a free gift, and they're saying your membership expired, and please renew. So come on, AARP, let's get your act together. I know they used to be called the American Association of Retired People. Maybe the person in charge of your database is retired, and you need to get somebody in there. So that's our update on the continuing saga of my renewal, non-renewal, membership, whatever you want to call it, with AARP. Lesson is, when you're doing marketing for your business, do I even have to tell you? Like, organize. Keep track of things properly. There's so much software to help you do this nowadays, to automate the whole thing. In fact, that's part of what I do for clients. I put in automated systems, or you can have people do it, or both. So in fact, when you have software and systems, you often have somebody just to check a few minutes a day or a week to make sure everything is running right. In this case, did I renew? Did I not renew? One campaign needs to stop when I send in my renewal payment, and other campaigns need to begin. So how much longer will they be sending me gifts and at the same time sending me messages, please renew? We'll see. Otherwise, I won't be mentioning them again, possibly, for another year or 8 months or whenever they try and renew me again. So that's it for Direct Mail Monday. Just a little update on the saga of my AARP membership renewal. And I see a whole bunch of people are here. Phil and Lindsay and my beautiful wife Michelle is here. And Lincoln is here. Michelle, my beautiful wife Michelle just said she's making dinner for me. So I'm going to take off as we're heading into the sunset of another spectacularly beautiful, I think it was up in the 80s again today, or high 70s here in Arizona. I wish everybody put systems into place in your business so you too can live wherever you want and work from wherever you want, enjoy your life. And Phil Brakefield says, here's your gift, send me $12. And my gift is a comment on the video. I mean, I'll send you $12, but not sure that's such a great gift. But Phil Brakefield, if you do want to get things like this, so Phil, let me know. Phil is in the business of these kind of things, promotional items called. You can call them lots of things. And Phil has the guaranteed lowest price on any item like this you could possibly want for your business. I am messing myself. I trapped the cord inside the collapsible thing. So whether you want pens or anything at all, shirts or hats or briefcases, or Phil can get you anything, and he can get you the guaranteed best possible price. And I'm guessing if Phil was going to tell me real quickly, although I'm ending the video, that thing probably, especially at the volume that AARP grabs them, they can get them for like $1.50 or so at the most. Am I right? That includes having their logo on it. Now, you and I, having a smaller business, likely get a lesser volume, maybe pay $2 or $3 for the thing, depending on the quality of it. So maybe after the video ends, because I'm ending it now, Phil will put that in the comment, or go ahead, put your website or phone number or something for people to contact you, Phil, if they want to get this kind of stuff as thank you gifts or promotional gifts, or I'm sure you can give them lots of reasons why they should get the stuff too. So that's it for Direct Mail Monday. Thanks for joining me here. Thanks for all the likes and the comments, and I'll be back tomorrow with Topical Tuesday. I'll take something out of the news. There is certainly a ton of stuff in the news these days, and I'll be sharing a business tip based on it. Holy cramoly, Phil says about 85 cents a piece based on the volume AARP would get them. So you see how I'm thinking, like, that's a valuable gift, and it's only costing them less than $1. Well, then they got to mail the thing, so couple of bucks overall. So think about that way about your business. What are you investing to get a new client, patient, member, customer? Most business owners are good at that. In fact, you throw away way too much money on trying to attract new business, but it's likely you're not nearly putting enough thought, enough effort, enough investment into retaining your members, clients, customers, patients. Much more easier to retain people than it is to always be chasing new ones. Cut that out. And stick around here. I'll give you some more tips on how to do that. So that's it for Direct Mail Monday. Thanks, Phil, and everybody else for being here. And Phil says, yes, true. It's all about the perceived value. And so I perceived, and I still do. I think we throw this thing in the trunk, and I think my beautiful wife, Michelle, will enjoy this while she's out running around or shopping or bringing stuff or doing whatever. Like, there's some compartments to put some stuff into. Of course, in the trunk down here in Arizona, you need to have a cooler. You can't just have something like that. So we have a cooler. Everyone has a cooler in the trunk, because even if you go to a supermarket a mile away from home, whatever you get, by the time you get home in the summertime when it's 120 degrees in the trunk, that stuff is close to being ruined. But I don't expect AARP to give us a refrigerated collapsible trunk organizer, something or other. Maybe if I would have renewed for 5 years. Who knows? Anyway, that's it for Direct Mail Monday. Thanks, everyone, and I'll be back here tomorrow with a Topical Tuesday. Catch you then. Bye.